Morning folks, it is January the 5th, quite cold, hence my twat hat. So, progress update on where we've been over the last few months. I'm looking a bit knackered because I had a very long day yesterday and I'll go into that in a minute. But basically, what we've got is the project car is coming on nicely. So let me flip the camera around and then I'll show you what I've been up to. No spoilers. So for Project Car, basically I have been pressing on. It doesn't look like there's been a huge amount of progress, but there has. So basically all of the brakes are in now and working. You can see the tailgate's on, but that's only just a loose fit really, just to check alignment. Rear D-post pillars, I took the vinyl covering off and found the original Davos white paint underneath. So I've started to prep those back for painting. Side windows are in. I'm working on a solution to cover over the stainless trim at the bottom here without buying new, very, very tough rubbers to go around the window frame. And basically the window frame rubbers are in very, very good order. It's just this bottom lip here, which covers the stainless trim. You can just about see my finger running along the edge of it there, and then flaps over onto the outer wing, which bolts on over the inner wing. Paint's gone on. A post and B post and so forth, and I'm quite happy with that. Inside, heater's in. It's not bolted into place yet because I need to put a gasket between the heater pipes and the bulkhead. Loom's in, you can see it under there. Steering column's in. Put the dash top in, that's not coming out again. The roof's on loosely, again just to check alignment and so forth. The windscreen went in. Front wings have gone on, but they're rubbish. These front wings, they're in a terrible state. The alloy's been corroded away. They're not in particularly good shape dent-wise, so I've just hung them on for now. But basically, I'm going to get new wings for this car. Back wings, I can service. Front wings, rubbish. Gearbox is in. That's all been fully dismantled, checked, reassembled. All I really needed to do with that was put one main shaft bearing into it, which I've replaced with a quality item, not a... No, I shouldn't say that, should I? Let me edit that bit out. With a quality item, not a dirt cheap made from cheese item, which are available for about £12 from any retailer near you. Quality bearing for this cost me, and it's quite a large bearing. Let me go and dig it out. I've got the old one up here. So here's the old bearing. Now this is rusty because it's been sitting in the shed for a while now, but this one was quite graty. I can feel it's quite graty now, but it's obviously been sitting on the shelf. But you can see from the size of my hand there, which is like dinner plates anyway, that bearing is a fairly substantial item. And it's also very important. It sits on the main shaft. Imagine if you put a £12 item into the middle of your gearbox, then it failed 15 minutes later. Pedals are in. I've adjusted the height of the pedals, but I've not fitted the clutch hydraulics yet, although the brakes are in and working. Loom is all attached. I've taken the column controls out while I'm messing around with the gearbox cover, taking it in and out, so I didn't want to snap them off. Not a lot to show in the engine bay, and the bonnet's on at the moment just to protect it from birds and shit and so forth. Spare gearbox I bought. Engine's over there. I'll pull all this lot out later on, and I'll do a video because I have done a video on building the engine up and setting the hydraulic tappet clearances on the rocker shafts, so I'll have a look at my channel and you should find that. Massive clear out in the workshop. All these shelves are going to go to give me more room. This lot in here, I emptied out and then filled it back up with crap. So I'm going to tip this right out. My workshop's going to move into there. This big bench, this big 8x4 bench, is going to go into there, along with all the tools and the washers and stuff. I'm going to put a floor down to give me a bit more room to move around the car, because access is quite tight here, as you can see. It's not a huge amount of room really to be fiddling around with one of these. I sorted out the bead that goes along the edge of the rubber gutter. This ended up just being copper pipe that I slit down the edge, popped over the top, and used a body panel adhesive to glue it onto the top there. I just need to tidy up some of the edges in here before I put the door rubber seal on. I didn't do all this lot. This is all original. Original. Oh, my bit. And this is all original down here. And there's just a tiny bit that I did at the bottom there, which I just need to smooth over. And I'll get that sorted out. On this side you can see the rubber and the way it's supposed to cover up that channel. But what I've done, because this is so knackered anyway, I actually cut it off to see what it would look like if I put that on separately, because the problem is with this rubber now, it's so brittle and so fragile that it just breaks as soon as you look at it. Right, so that's that. Right, what else have I been up to? Oh, we've had a container put in. So 20-foot containers arrived. A bit dark in here, I haven't got any lighting. But there's a world going on in here. I found a chap who was selling a collection of Range Rovers, classic Range Rovers, and parts. Some of these bits I already had. A lot of this stuff I didn't. So I've now capitalised on the market for passenger doors. There's a few in here. Some of them aren't too bad. And then driver's doors. I'm a bit low on driver's doors. I've only got one. There's one there that I've taken apart, which is off the white car that you just looked at, and that one's absolutely shot. And this one, this driver's door here, at the back of the unit here, if I go in, hopefully you can see it, this fella here, that's a original door shell. So it's the back part of the door, the skin goes over the front of it, but there's none of the reinforcing panels or anything in it, but it is out of the factory. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm not going to cut it up, don't worry. I'm going to make templates of the hinge end and the lock end, and then reverse them and see if that works on a driver's door. Because as you can see, I've got a few passenger doors here. At the back, wings, tailgates, inner wings and stuff. So why do I need all this crap, I hear you ask? Oh, there's a new set of Michelin tyres there as well. Why do I need all this crap, you ask? Well, exciting developments in my life. Ta-da! I've only gone and bought another 4. Well, that's 2 of them. The other 2 are arriving today. So let me, what I'll do is I'll walk you around each of these cars. They look like sheds, and to be honest they are sheds, but I am very excited about them, and I'll explain why. Right, so let me pause.